Jack Conklin joining the Dallas Cowboys marks one of the most strategic and potentially game-changing moves of the NFL offseason, signaling that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office are all in on solidifying their offensive line to protect franchise quarterback Dak Prescott. This acquisition isn't just about adding a talented offensive tackle, it's a statement of intent. It tells fans, analysts, and opponents alike that the Cowboys are looking to fortify their offensive unit and make a serious push for playoff contention and, ultimately, a Super Bowl run. Conklin's arrival fills a pressing need, and his presence could fundamentally shift how this offense performs in the 2025 season. At 6'6" and over 300 pounds, Jack Conklin brings size, power, and most importantly, experience. A former first-round pick by the Tennessee Titans in the 2016 NFL Draft, Conklin was immediately impactful in his rookie year and earned first-team All-Pro honors, a rare feat for an offensive lineman that early in his career. Over the years, he has built a reputation for being a mauler in the run game and a sturdy presence in pass protection. He later signed with the Cleveland Browns, continuing his stellar play and further proving that he can perform at a high level in multiple systems. Despite some injury setbacks, when healthy, Conklin is one of the top right tackles in the league. For the Cowboys, this signing couldn't come at a better time. The Dallas Cowboys have long been associated with having one of the most dominant offensive lines in football, especially during the mid-2010s when players like Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and Travis Frederick were all in their prime. That core was key to both protecting Tony Romo late in his career and allowing Dak Prescott to flourish early on. However, over recent years, age and injuries have taken their toll. Tyron Smith has battled recurring health issues, and while Zach Martin remains elite, the line has lacked the depth and consistency that once made it the gold standard of the NFL. Adding a proven veteran like Jack Conklin addresses those concerns immediately. His experience, leadership, and toughness bring a new level of grit and dependability to a unit that desperately needed reinforcement. For Dak Prescott, the implications are massive. Quarterbacks are only as effective as their protection allows them to be. In recent seasons, Prescott has had to deal with fluctuating line performance and injuries across the offensive front. When Dak is given time, he has shown he can make every throw in the book, diagnose defenses at the line of scrimmage, and lead game-winning drives. With Conklin locking down the right side, Prescott will not only feel more secure in the pocket but also have more time to go through his progressions and connect with weapons like CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Jake Ferguson. A strong line opens up the offense. It allows for deeper passing concepts, more consistent execution in the red zone, and reduces the chance of costly mistakes under pressure. But Conklin's value goes beyond just the passing game. One of the defining aspects of his play is his impact in the run game. The Cowboys have always placed a high value on being able to run the football effectively. Whether it was the DeMarco Murray era, the rise of Ezekiel Elliott, or the more recent reliance on Tony Pollard and now potentially Rico Dowdle and new additions, the ground game has been a foundational part of Dallas' identity. Conklin's physicality and ability to dominate at the point of attack could open up lanes on the right side, giving the run game more balance and versatility. He plays with a mean streak, the kind of attitude that can set the tone for the entire offensive unit. That's something this team has needed: a nasty, physical enforcer who brings it every snap. Leadership is another underrated element that Conklin adds to the mix. Offensive line rooms are often built on chemistry, communication, and trust. A veteran like Conklin not only brings experience but also serves as a mentor to younger players on the roster. Guys like Tyler Smith, who is still growing into his role, and other developmental linemen will benefit from having a seasoned pro in the locker room. His understanding of technique, leverage, and film study habits can elevate the entire group. We've seen this kind of influence before. Think of how Jason Peters or Andrew Whitworth helped stabilize lines late in their careers, not just through play but by being professionals in every sense of the word. From a schematic standpoint, this move also opens up more options for offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer. With the line solidified, play calling can become more aggressive. You can dial up deeper play action passes, experiment with pulling guards or tackles on power runs, and incorporate more complex blocking schemes because you trust your linemen to execute them. A healthy Jack Conklin gives the Cowboys confidence to call plays without having to compensate for a weakness on the edge. And that kind of confidence can be the difference between winning and losing games, especially in close divisional matchups where one sack or one missed block can determine the outcome. Let's also talk about the broader implications in the NFC East. The Cowboys are in a division with some of the most aggressive defensive fronts in football. The Philadelphia Eagles boast a relentless pass rush, the Washington Commanders are stacked with young, disruptive linemen, and the New York Giants have been investing heavily in building a formidable front seven. If you want to win the East, you have to win in the trenches. Jack Conklin helps even that playing field. He gives you a reliable option to neutralize top-tier edge rushers, whether that's Haason Reddick coming off the edge or Kayvon Thibodeau trying to bull rush his way into the backfield. Every week in this division is a battle, and Conklin gives the Cowboys a better shot at coming out on top. Financially, this move is also telling. It shows the Cowboys are willing to spend on the offensive line again, and not just relying on aging veterans or unproven draft picks. It's an investment in Dak Prescott's longevity and performance. Whether or not the team ultimately chooses to extend Dak long-term, they are clearly committed to putting him in the best position to succeed right now. That's a message to both the locker room and the fan base. This team isn't rebuilding, it's reloading. The window to win is now, and the front office knows it. Jack Conklin's mentality also fits perfectly with what Mike McCarthy wants to establish. McCarthy has repeatedly emphasized the need for toughness, discipline, and execution. Conklin checks all those boxes. He's not flashy, he's not a talker, he's a do-your-job type of player who earns respect through consistency and hard work. And those are exactly the kinds of players who tend to thrive in the Cowboys system. His arrival could also help take pressure off the rest of the line, especially if injuries crop up again this year. Depth is always tested in the NFL, and having a player of Conklin's caliber gives you the flexibility to move pieces around without a dramatic drop-off in protection or performance. For the fans, this move brings hope. Cowboys Nation has endured years of coming close but falling short. Whether it was the Dez catch game, the Aaron Rodgers heartbreak, or last year's disappointing playoff exit, there's a hunger for more. A signing like this shows the team is not content with mediocrity. It's a move made by a front office that sees the championship window open and is doing what it takes to break through. And for all the criticism Jerry Jones receives, credit must be given when he makes a smart football move, and this is absolutely one of them. In the grand scope of the NFL, this signing may not have the flash of a star wide receiver or a big-name quarterback move, but it's exactly the kind of move that builds champions. Championship teams win because they dominate the line of scrimmage, protect their quarterback, and grind out tough yards in close games. Jack Conklin helps the Cowboys do all of that. He's a blue-collar, high-impact player who makes everyone around him better. His acquisition could be the missing piece that finally helps the Cowboys get over the hump and back to where they believe they belong in the Super Bowl conversation. As we head into training camp, all eyes will be on how quickly Conklin integrates into the offensive line and builds chemistry with Dak and the rest of the unit. Early reports from OTAs and minicamp suggest he's already making a strong impression. Coaches are praising his work ethic, teammates are responding to his leadership, and the offense is starting to click in new ways. If the Cowboys can keep this group healthy, particularly Conklin and Martin on the right side, there's every reason to believe this team can lead the league in offensive efficiency. Ultimately, football is a game of inches, and the battles in the trenches often decide who wins and who loses. With Jack Conklin now wearing the star, the Dallas Cowboys just got a whole lot tougher, and that should have the rest of the league on notice.